than about 2 hours, actually 4 o'clock. So a little less than 2 hours. AIG, you better get on it. Let's get reaction now to the outrage over those AIG bonuses. We are joined by Barron's Washington editor Jim McTague and Congressman Sam Graves of Missouri. Gentlemen, both, thank you very much. Congressman, I want to begin with you. You know, we talk about the international issue, the financial unit of AIG based in London, some issues there. You've got contracts, although as we've learned from mortgages, maybe contracts aren't written, the paper they're printed on. Is there anything anybody can do about this, Congressman?
Well, you know, that's something that's being explored, and I think everybody, you know, is outraged by this. And if you just think about what happened, the taxpayers bailed out AIG, and they wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the taxpayers. And now it is that they're going to abuse that opportunity, and they're going to pay out these bonuses. It's kind of a slap into the face to the American taxpayer.
Absolutely. But, Representative, let me play sort of Wall Street devil's advocate. Oh, how can you go back on a signed contract that somebody signed several years ago that was part of their employment contract? What would you say to that?
Well, the fact of the matter is there wouldn't even be an AIG, and there wouldn't be those jobs if it hadn't been for the bailout package itself. The American taxpayers bailed them out. That's exactly what it was, and it's unfortunate. They should be thinking about that in this process, and you know, keeping good faith with the United States and the people that paid for this bailout.
Okay, and Jim McTague, I'll kind of follow up on what Liz's point is. I'm not going to play a Wall Street apologist. However, in that $165 million or whatever it is, there's a few big sums. But a lot of that money is going to the rank and file, back office, secretaries, et cetera, part of what they viewed as compensation when getting home loans, when making their own family financial assumptions. Can we differentiate the people in these numbers and split them out based on who may deserve them and who shouldn't?
We don't want to differentiate. I mean, look, General Motors workers are taking big pay cuts because their engineers design lousy cars. I mean, everybody at AIG should bite the bullet. This shows that the government rescue of these big banks and the insurance company is flawed. They didn't think of these consequences. I mean, these are people that should be posting bail or at least wearing ankle braces, and they're making these big bonuses.
You know, I have to say I'm very happy, Jim, that you just brought up the auto industry. Representative Graves, people are so inclined to rip the U.S. auto worker when actually these guys who are taking way less money, about 14 to 20 billion total for GM and Chrysler, are the same people who said, okay, we're cutting white collar, we're cutting blue collar, nobody's getting bonuses, we're not taking the private jets. And they're acting like good citizens right now. They're trying to make major changes, yet everybody seems to sort of call them unskilled, dirty type of workers when they're the ones, Representative, who've actually done what AIG should be doing. Do you see it that way?
Yes, I mean they're showing good faith with the you know, with the taxpayers out there, and you know those folks that they're talking about, you know, those are my folks. We have a plant right in northwest Missouri, in Kansas City, and you know, those are just good folks, and they're doing their part in this country to, you know, to help bring us out of this recession. And it's unfortunate that you see this happening, you know, with AIG, because I don't think they're showing good faith. It's people like those workers on those auto plants, or the farmers out there, the small businesses out there. Those are the folks that bailed out a company like AIG.
When do we see action? I know Andrew Cuomo wants to hear the names and all the pay packages, Congressman. By 4 o'clock, AIG's got less than 2 hours to put this list together. Maybe they've already got it made in anticipation. But when do we see any congressional action, if we see it?
Well, you've got a lot of outrage, and I'm just hearing members in the hallways just talking about it. A lot of folks are really upset, and they're hearing from the districts back home. Folks back home are very upset about it. What that means is quick action, and I hope we see it very soon.
Jim McTague, let's go back to September when Henry Paulson and President Bush and, frankly, many members of Congress on both sides of the aisle said we've got to get TARP pushed through now. Henry Paulson held up a 2-page plan, and people said, whoa, wait a minute. Don't we need some insurance that we won't see some type of golden parachute coming for a lot of these people or these excessive bonuses? And wasn't something, I know Henry Paulson was a little bit disinclined to do that because he said, oh, this would be something that would then hinder their ability to participate. You want people to participate in this program, and that would force people not to. I mean, looking back on that, should we have held back a bit longer with the TARP money?
Yes, you know, Paulson came from Wall Street, and he has that he has that Wall Street mindset. He has blinders. You know, I worked on Wall Street, Liz, and I know that the management doesn't care if their employees are robbing banks as long as it shows up in the profit margin, profit column.
Sure.
And then when they find out, they're holier than thou. I mean, there has to be an adverse incident clause in some of these contracts, because as the congressman has pointed out, if it wasn't for the American taxpayer, there would not be an AIG right now. It would be, you know, a dead company. So these people are lucky they have any jobs at all. And where are they going to go to find work? I mean, you can't even find work stocking shelves at the supermarket. So, yeah, that's a bogus argument.
Jim McTague and Representative Sam Graves, both of your perspectives, I think, have helped our viewers see what's really going on here. So we thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, in other news today,